Hey everyone, it's Joelle here from Strong Mind Soft Heart, and today I am going to be sharing a very special family recipe of tomato soup. So this is one of the easiest, most delicious, nutritious meals to make for your family. There's my kiddos over there. Hey guys.
Hi!
What do you think of tomato soup?
Delicious.
Delicious. It's a family favorite. Now I have to give credit where credit is due. This is not my recipe.
Mama.
You love it, Baba? Yep. This recipe is from David's mother, Musha, or Margaret, but I call her Musha. And it is absolutely delicious. So I learned it from her, and she learnt it from her mother in Poland, and she kind of tweaked it and changed it a little bit to make it what it is today. But okay, you can play. Anyway, I'm going to share it with you today. It's pretty special. It's super simple. The only thing is you have to be home for long enough to cook it, because it takes quite a few hours on the stove. It's a bit of a bone broth meets tomato soup all at the same time. So I'm going to show you the ingredients, and then I'm going to show you what to do. All you need is what you see right here, plus 2 pots. So I have my big pot here. To be honest, I don't mind my coffee machine leaked. To be honest, this is not as big as I need, but it's the biggest one I've got. My biggest pot just broke the other week, but this will do the job. And another pot, of course, to cook the rice in. So obviously you're going to need a chicken. I am speeding up the process today because I am rushing a little bit. So I have defrosted this chicken in the microwave. So it is ready to go in my already boiling water. So that is going to start cooking really quickly. And then I'm going to, chop up some celery and some carrots. I would usually have more carrots than this. I may get Dave to pick some up on the way home and just boil them separately so they soften up quickly, and chuck them in with the rest of the soup. And then that is just going to boil together for a really long time. Isaac. So while the chicken and the celery and the carrot cook together, you just need to be home to continue to add water. Darius, you don't need any more milk. You have a lot of milk. Sorry for all the interruptions, guys. Isaac, shh, please. Okay, because obviously the water boiling is going to evaporate and you need to keep adding it. Now I'm going to be cooking my chicken for 3 hours because it is fully defrosted already. But if you haven't defrosted it, I would usually cook it for 4 to 5 hours. It cooks all day and you just get so much nutrition out of it. Okay, so once these 3 things have completely cooked, you're just gonna have what looks like a watery chicken broth, and the chicken will just fall apart, which I'll show you that later. When that's done, we will be adding 1 jar of tomato paste and 1 big jar of thickened cream, and stir it all together. We're then going to season just with a tiny bit of brown sugar, and I like to use vegeta. You can use any sort of vegetable or chicken stock that you like. And then on the side, we will be boiling some rice. David's grandmother likes to serve this with pasta or noodles, but David's mother has taught me to do it with rice. That this water is very quickly come to the boiling point where I need to take this lid off now. So this is why, I'm looking the wrong way. This is why you do need to be home, especially with little ones around. I'm going to have a big pot of boiling hot water on this stove for quite a few hours. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off, but I'm going to make sure I'm very present in this area to avoid any little people getting injured. It's good because we're going to get some homeschooling done anyway in this area. So here I go. Okay, so this is what it's looking like with the lid off. It is boiling away.
The tap is really stuck. I can't turn it off.
My tap is really stuck.
Yeah, I can't turn it off.
All right, I'll turn it off. Okay, I've got to go turn my tap off. So you don't want to let the water level get really any lower than that. So I will keep coming and refilling it back up. I'm going to go turn my tap off. Okay guys, so my chicken has been boiling for quite a long time now. And I've been adding the water to it. It's now at a point where I can break it apart using tongs. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. If you're not a meat person, maybe don't watch this next bit because I am going to be pulling, I mean it's cooked, but I'm going to be pulling the chicken apart. I personally leave the bones in this soup. My children just know to not eat bones. If you are feeding little children, then obviously you're going to be careful not to give them any bones. But I just feel like it adds to the flavour and the nutrition. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this chicken apart, and then I'm going to add the tomato paste and the full cream, and I'm going to continue to boil it probably for another half an hour, and then I'll be seasoning it. I'm also going to start the rice now, get that boiling, and dinner should be ready to go in the next half an hour or so. Because I'm really struggling with my angles. So I'm going to put the tomato paste in. I'm sure many of you know this trick, but just in case you don't, when Dave's not around and I can't open jars, I get a spoon, and if you find the little air pocket under here, find it in here, you'll hear that pop. Ta-da! So I'm going to add this entire jar in. Open it up and pour it on in. Okay, I'm going to add the cream. You can probably hear ABC Mouse in the background there. That's all good. All right, here we go. Davo's home. I can hear him coming in the garage. Going to pour the entire thing in, and then I'm going to stir it all together. So this has been boiling now with the cream and the tomato paste for quite some time. The chicken has become really tender and soft. My rice is basically done. It's just absorbing, so I'll turn that off, sorry. So now I'm just going to season. So I'm going to be adding just a little bit. You don't need much, about a tablespoon and a bit of brown sugar. It sounds odd going into tomato soup, but brown sugar really helps when you're cooking with tomatoes. It just balances it really well. So just a tiny bit of that is going in. You can see it looks like lava, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's in. And then I'm going to be using my baguette. I'm quite generous with this. Obviously, you don't want to over salt it, and you want to season it according to your family's taste. So my family, we like a lot of flavor, so I'm pretty generous. And then I do think though that it's safer to do less, because you can always just add it in the individual bowls of soup if that's better. And I'm going to give that a stir around. I'm going to turn this down to low now. Sorry guys, I'm struggling here. My stove is such a mess because this pot is way too small, so I will be scrubbing that. Okay, I've turned it down to low so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm giving that a good stir. You can see the chicken, very hearty sort of soup. It's not posh, but it does the job. And for my family, this will easily feed us for 2 days. However, we have David's brother coming over and his mate from uni, so we're probably going to finish most of it today. Anyway, that's really it. Obviously, you're going to want to taste it to see if you have oversalted it or if you want to add some more flavoring to it. If you have oversalted it, don't be too worried because the rice also really balances this out. So to serve this, you put, sorry, can you hear the computer? You put just a small to moderate amount of rice down the bottom of the bowl, and then you scoop the soup on top. Chicken, carrots, the broth, the whole thing, and it is so good. So I'm going to taste this. Ooh, it's hot. That's really good. I think it just needs a tiny bit more of the vegeta, a tiny bit, but even that would be good enough. So excited. So guys, that is it. I'm gonna leave it there because I'm getting ready to serve all of this up to some hungry people. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. And yeah, that was really fun to do. If you have any other suggestions for videos that you would like to see, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Take care.